this video, I will be showing you how to derive the various 2D sketches. Every 3D model that you create always starts with a 2D sketch. So in this video, I'll break down all the 2D sketch tools, explain how to use almost all of them, and then we can start 3D modeling from there. To be able to use the sketch feature, you need to click on this icon. One good thing about Fusion 360 is whenever you hover over any icon, a tooltip comes that explains basically what the icon does and then teaches you how to use it. So by hovering over the sketch button, there's a tooltip that has come to explain to me that it can be used for creating a sketch, and when I finish creating a sketch, I have to exit sketch mode. So let me click on it. When I click on it, I need to select a plane to start working from. In 3D modeling, you cannot create something in the air. Whatever you have to create must be on a plane, and the plane simply is the X, Y, the Y, Z, and then the Z, X axis. Those three form the basic axis that you can start work on. You can also add your own planes as you move on, and I'll be showing all of that to you during the course of this course. So I'll be selecting the bottom plane here, and then in the bottom plane I will sketch all the various sketch features and then show you how they all work. The first feature I'll talk about is the line feature. The line feature simply can be used for drawing lines. Let's say I want to draw a line from this point to that point. I can use the line feature. I can also continue drawing my lines till I get some closure, or I can continue drawing my lines till I press the escape button, or I press on this mark over here to stop it. So that ends my line command. There are two ways when you are drawing. There are two types of lines that you can use. You can use the line as a construction line, or you can use it as a sketch. If you are sketching a line and you want to convert it to a construction line, there are two approaches. You can either click this construction feature here to change it into a construction line, then it will become dashed out like the way it is happening right now, or I can click on X whilst I'm drawing the line to change it into a construction line whilst I am drawing on my screen. So this is how to use the line feature. The next feature I'll talk about is the 2-point rectangle. The 2-point rectangle simply means that you need 2 points to be able to draw the rectangle. Alright, so you can click on the 2-point rectangle, you click on the first point, click on the second point, and there you go with your 2-point rectangle. This 2-point rectangle is a construction rectangle. I can toggle it by clicking on it, by clicking and then selecting all the edges by keeping my hand on control, and then clicking on the construction feature over here to stop it from being a construction line. When I am done, I can click on finish sketch. I can also draw more sketches by clicking once again on the sketch icon, and then I'll select the circle. This is the center diameter circle. So I have to locate the center, and then I create the diameter, and then I have my circle. Then the one here is called the feet point spline. With the feet point spline, it's just a way of drawing curves. So you click on the point, you move it, and then you can draw an arc. Click on another point, draw an arc. Click on another point, draw an arc in that manner. Alright, so this is a beautiful way of drawing sketches, or for drawing arcs in Fusion 360. Now, one thing to note about the spline operation is that when you are done, you either press on this mark over here or you press enter. If you press escape, you lose all the spline. Alright, it is different from the other sketch features. The one here is the mirror feature. I will explain this feature in the future. Now, when you are drawing your dimensions, when you are drawing your sketches, you can dimension them using this icon. You can click on this, and then for example click on this circle, and then you can change the dimension, let's say to 80, and then you press enter. Another way of adding the dimension to your sketch is by pressing D when you click on the entity. So I have been able to dimension between this one and that one, but there's an error over here, but I will not mind it. Now you can get more sketch features by clicking on this drop down menu, which is the create. So I've already spoken about a line. There are different types of rectangles that you can draw. I've spoken about a 2-point rectangle. This is the 3-point rectangle. So all that this one simply means is you need 3 points to draw this rectangle. So you go and then you click on the 3rd point, and then that's your 3-point rectangle. You can come back, click on create again, and then you have your center rectangle. With the center rectangle, all you need is the center, and then you are good to go. The next one is we'll come to the circles. There are 5 different types of circles you can draw. The center diameter one is the one we've drawn already here. The 2-point one requires 2 points. You click on the first point, you click on the second point, and that is your circle. The 3-point one requires 3 points. So you click on the first point, second point, and then you can draw your circle. The next one is the 2 tangent circle. So this one is good if you have 2 lines or 2 shapes and you want to draw a circle between them. Example, if I draw this line and then I draw another line here, I can come to the 2 tangent circle, select my first tangent, select my second tangent, and that is my 2 tangent circle. You can play with the third one, which is the 3 tangent circle. We now move on to arc. I have already done some arcs for you with the point spline. So if you click on arc, there are 3 options here: 3-point arc, center point arc, and then tangent arc. Let me play with the center point and then the 3-point arc. So you click on the 3-point arc. All that it simply means is you need to provide 3 points. The first point, the second point, and then the middle point is where your curve ends at. Alright. The next one is the center point arc. So you first of all click on the center, you move to the edge of the arc, and then that is your center point arc. You can play with the tangent arc. The next option here is the polygon. So you have the circumscribed polygon, inscribed polygon, edge polygon. I'll play with the circumscribed polygon and then the inscribed polygon. So with the circumscribed polygon, you click somewhere and then you specify the dimension of the polygon and then the number of sides. So I can draw a pentagon by clicking on this, sorry, a hexagon by clicking when I just put my cursor down. I can draw a pentagon by changing the dimension, let's say to 20, and then I press on the tab button to change the number of sides to 5. Now when you are dimensioning and you press tab to move to the next one, all that you are doing is you are locking the dimensions in. That way the dimensions cannot change if you do something else on the sketch. Now let's go to ellipse. With the ellipse is simply something that looks like this, a circle like an egg, or like a football running track that we have on the football pitches and all. So the ellipse looks something like this. All that you have to provide is provide the center, move the mouse a little away from it, and then that is your ellipse. The next one is the slot. The slot also looks like the running track. So you can click here, click another point, and then you have your slot. So there are different ways of drawing the slot as well. There's the overall slot, center point slot, the 3-point arc slot, which involves you drawing an arc like this one, that one, and then when you are done with the arc, a slot will appear after drawing the arc around it. And then we also have the spline. I believe I've spoken about the fit point spline already. We have the conic curve, and then we have the point. You can also put points around. Let's say you can draw a line and put points along the line for purposes of construction, etc. You can put points along it. When I was designing the chassis logo, all I did was to put points along it, and then I used lines to connect them. The last item I'll talk about here is the text. You can use the text feature to add fancy text to your designs, and then you can emboss text on your designs as well by using the text feature. There are some other features here, but we'll talk about them in the course of the course. Under the Modify tab here, there are a number of options here that I would like us to look at. The first one here is the fillet. The fillet is simply a curve that you can use when you have a feature or a sketch that is very sharp, like this rectangle. I can apply a fillet to the corner so that the sharp corner like this becomes rounded. So you can use this fillet in 2D to make sharp edges to become smooth. There are two ways of doing it. The first approach is to click on the corner to engage the sketch, the fillet, or you can click on the two lines that form the entity you want to apply the fillet to. Now, if you want to delete a line, you can use the trim. A shortcut for the trim is T. So you can click on the trim, and if you want to get rid of this line, you can delete it. Get rid of that line, you can delete it as well. Get rid of this, you can delete it. Delete the fillet, etc. So what I just activated is called the power trim. Now, if you have this box and then you want to offset it, you simply want to add another box around it or inside it at a distance that you will specify. So when you click on the offset and then you click on this geometric figure, you can enter the distance of your offset in this box, let's say 5 mm, and then you have a box that is drawn 5 mm away from all the edges of this rectangle. You can either do it inside or outside. So you can click on this arrow and then you move the offset inside it or outside it. You can also do the inside and then the outside movement over here as well. So if I have my 5 mm here, I can change it to -5 mm to have my offset inside the geometric figure that I am creating. So when you click on the modify icon again, there are other options over here. We have the extend, break, sketch scale, and then we have the offset as well. We also have the move as well. Now you should take note of these shortcuts over here. The T simply stands for trim, the O stands for offset, move or copy can be done with the M button. So when you are done with your sketch, it's always advisable to click on finish sketch, and then your sketches are done. So in summary, I've been able to use all the features that you can use to sketch various 2D shapes before you can convert them to 3D in Autodesk Fusion 360. Thank you.